Ah, good evening and welcome.
I was just check- I
Oh,
just saw
oh,
that.
good.
I think did you lower your chair or
No, I didn't.
really?
Maybe I'm just sitting taller.
Okay, that's better because you were down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm scratching my chin and yeah. Good evening. Welcome to NACTV Bigger Bingo for Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. Broadcasting live from Nipawin, Manitoba. Before we start playing our bingo, here are our rules. Our license number is LGCA 6052MBI 45955. First rule, one ball will be drawn at the beginning of this session. This ball will be the tuning number for Game 3, the blackout on 52 numbers. When bingo is declared on more than one number, only those who declared bingo on the earliest number called will be declared winners and eligible to win the prize. Each bingo game will be closed when bingo has been declared and verified by calling the number displayed on the screen. The phone lines are open to receive calls, and it has been announced 3 times that the phone lines are open to receive calls. At least one phone line has been available for calls for 2.5 minutes, and the game is declared closed. No further calls will be accepted with regards to that closed bingo game. Prize money is split evenly among multiple winners with a minimum payout of $25. Final win confirmation occurs when the winners submit their date stamp sheet containing the winning card to NACTV. In the event of transmitting or telephone problems which prevent continuation of play prior to the event's start or at any time during the event's duration, the game will be rescheduled or resumed on the next Wednesday night. Game 1 is played to a blackout on the gold cards. Jackpot in 50 numbers or less is a minimum of $1,000. After 50 numbers, Game 1 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Games 2 and 3 are played on the colored cards. Tonight it's pink. Game 2, the X game, has a prize amount of $150. Game 3, which continues from Game 2, is a blackout. Jackpot in 52 numbers or less is a minimum of $500. After 52 numbers, Game 3 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. If Game 3 is won with the toonie ball number drawn at the beginning of the session, the winner will receive the accumulated toonie pot plus the blackout or consolation prize. Jackpots for Games 1 and 3 accumulate by 50 cents per package sold. When a jackpot is won, the pot will increase from the minimum amount when accumulated sales reach that value from 0. The toonie pot accumulates by $1 per package sold. When it is won, it starts at 0. Prizes must be claimed and checks cashed within 6 months from the bingo play date. A list of the bingo numbers can be obtained from the NACTV office. Those are our rules. Good luck, everyone, and let's play bingo. The first number out on the gold colored cards, which will also be your tuning number. And we are playing on those gold colored cards for a prize of $20,729. The number is under the N42. N42. Under the N32. N32. Under the B2, B2. Under the B8, B8. Under the N33, N33. Under the O72, O72. Under the G59, G59. Under the B14, B14. Under the N36, N36. Under the I20, I20. Under the G58, G58. Under the B1, B1. Under the O61, O61. Under the N38, N38. Under the G51, G51. Under the N35, N35. Under the N34, N34. Under the G49, G49. Under the B15, B15. Under the N39, N39. Under the B6, B6. Under the G47, G47. Under the N41, N41. Under the G55, G55. Under the N45, N45. Under the G54, G54. Under the B10, B10. Under the O75, O75. Under the B11, B11. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the I-21, I-21. Under the B9, B9. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the B5, B5. Under the G53, G53. Under the N43, N43. Under the G56, G56. Under the I16, I16. Under the I27, I27. Under the O67, O67. Under the O74, O74. Under the O63, O63. Under the B7, B7. Under the I28, I28. Under the G48, G48. Under the I26, I26. Under the N40, N40. Under the B13, B13. Under the N44, N44. Under the G50, G50. And that is your 50th number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes and see if anybody can claim that jackpot of $20,729. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls, 204-476-2639. And if you win and you hear your name pronounced and it's really weird, just call back and double check that we've spelt it correctly. Might not be my pronunciation. Probably is, but you never know. So if your name is pronounced really different than what you expect it should be, or should be an easy name to pronounce, just give us a call back and double check that the spelling is correct. Thank you. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100. We're still looking for a blackout on the gold colored cards. Your next number is under the 066. 066. Under the 073. 073. Under the B3, B3. Under the I-17, I-17. Under the O65, O65. Under the G57, G57. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the G52, G52. Under the G60, G60. Under the B4, B4. Under the N31, N31. Under the I-18, I-18. Under the O68, O68. Under the B12, B12. Under the I-23, I-23. And we have a caller. So we'll pause here, see if we've got a winner. Yeah, I need the sheet.
Okay, just hang on a second.
23. B12. Okay, valid bingo on B12, one number back. B12.
Where's the number in the middle of your card? 4539. 5539.
Okay, we had somebody bingo one number back, so unfortunately they're not a winner.
Okay, so is the first one a bingo?
Yes.
Okay, okay, just 1 second. Okay, that's a bingo.
Can you tell them they're just tell them they didn't win?
They didn't win?
No,
Oh, okay. Just hang on.
because we've had a bingo one number back.
Okay, I'm sorry. Your number did not win.
Okay, so somebody bingoed on an earlier number than I-23, which was B12.
Okay, you're 6586.
So although it looks like I-23 is a winner, we had somebody bingo on the number before that on B12, so they are the winner. So it's the earliest number called. Sometimes there's a bit of a lag depending on what you're playing on. So sometimes people can call in faster that way than somebody else. We do have one phone line open to receive your calls, so there is one phone line open.
E-E-N-E-R-A-R. A-I-S. Okay. Nicola. Okay, what is your phone number? 0. And you purchased your cards. Okay, congratulations. Bye. Bigger bingo.
Okay, we have a phone line open again. There's one phone line open.
Right. Okay.
Both phone lines are now open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open. We'll be moving on to our game 2 and 3.
Oh, I'm here, sorry.
on the pink colored cards, our first game on the pink colored cards is the letter X, and that prize is $150. Then we carry on from game 2 to play game 3, where we look for a blackout in 52 numbers, and that jackpot is $10,986. And if nobody wins in 52 numbers or less, there's a consolation prize of $100. If you bingo on the tuning number on N42 in game 3 in the jackpot game, the tuning pot will be $12,136. We did sell 123 packages last week. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to game 2 on the pink colored cards for the letter X. And our winner on the Bonanza Consolation was Lorraine Desmarais of Nipawin, purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to Lorraine. Okay, on to the pink colored cards, where we will play the letter X game. And we will also play the jackpot, 52 numbers or less game on the same colored cards. So if I call the number, please cover it on those pink colored cards, because it will be a carry-on game for game 3. The prize is $150 on this X game. The first number out is under the B12. B12. Under the I-16, I-16. Under the O-61, O-61. Under the O-69, O-69. Under the G51, G51. Under the I-29, I-29. Under the B14, B14. Under the G60, G60. Under the G54, G54. Under the B4, B4. Under the O67, O67. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the G50, G50. Under the I-21, I-21. Under the O65, O65. Under the B1, B1. Under the N43, N43. Under the I-18, I-18. Under the O71, O71. Under the B11, B11. Under the N45, N45. Under the O68, O68. Under the N36, N36. Under the N33, N33. Under the O75, O75. Under the O73, O73. Under the I-25, I-25. And we have a caller. Let's see if we have a winner.
073. Okay, what is the number in the middle of your card? 7873.
Okay, I-25, valid bingo.
I-25. Where's I-25?
The last number called.
Oh, okay.
Valid bingo on I-25, the last number called. I think that's the earliest we've ever had somebody bingo on the letter X game.
Pardon?
Before that, I think it was 29 numbers.
73.
So, we do have a phone line open to receive your calls. And after this, we'll be moving into the
What is the name?
blackout and 52 numbers. And we have not called the tuning number, which is N42. So, that will be available in game 3. Potentially, somebody could bingo on that number and win that tuning pot of 12,136. And then if they got it in 52 numbers or less, they'd also win $10,986. Or if they won in the consolation, they would get the $100. So we will be carrying on those pink colored cards.
Okay, congratulations.
Both phone lines are now open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed. And we'll move on to the jackpot in 52 numbers, or blackout in 52 numbers, for $10,986. And our winner on the Big X was Jim Pollock of Neepawa, purchasing the cards at Kinsman Courts 2. Congratulations to Jim. Okay, continuing on your pink colored cards. And for a blackout in 52 numbers or less, the prize is $10,986. Your next number is under the O70. O70. Under the B3, B3. Under the O63, O63. Under the N34, N34. Under the N32, N32. Under the G46, G46. Under the O74, O74. Under the B15, B15. Under the G49, G49. Under the I27, I27. Under the B2, B2. Under the I22, I22. Under the O66, O66. Under the O64, O64. Under the N38, N38. Under the G58, G58. Under the I30, I30. Under the I26, I26. Under the N40, N40. Under the I20, I-20. Under the N35, N35. Under the O62, O62. Under the G57, G57. Under the B10, B10. Under the N44, N44. And that is your 52 number, 52nd number. So we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes, see if anybody can claim that jackpot to $10,986. Both phone lines are open, 204-476-2639. And the tuning number of N42, oh, it's in the hoop. Hasn't been called yet, but if you can bingo an N42 on the next number, you would win that toonie pot of $12,136 plus $100 for the consolation prize. Since we've already called 52 numbers, so you would miss that blackout in 52 number jackpot there by one number. Both phone lines are open to receive your call. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your call. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100. Still playing on the pink colored cards, looking for a blackout. Your next number is under the N42. N42. Under the I-23, I-23. Under the G47, G47. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the N39, N39. Under the G48, G48. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the B7, B7. Under the G56, G56. Under the B9, B9. Under the G55, G55. And we have a caller. Find out if we have a winner.
Okay, what is the number in the middle of your card? 2956. And what number did you bingo on? B9?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, we have a valid bingo, one number back on B9. Valid bingo, B9, one number back. B9 is your valid. We have one phone line open to receive your calls. There's one phone line open.
What is your name?
And that'll be wrapping it up for tonight.
Okay. Equal?
I'd like to thank everybody for playing bingo tonight. And I hope you have a great week. And the other phone is ringing.
Good. Congratulations. Okay, bye.
And we have a phone line open again.
What is the number in the middle of your card? 5461. And what number did you bingo on? B9?
Yep,
Okay.
B9.
Okay. Can you? They hung up?
Valid bingo on B9.
Okay. 5, 4,
Second number back again. So we now have two valid bingos on B9. One number back.
and what is your name?
And anybody who wins tonight can pick up their check after 1 o'clock the following day. Unless it's a jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot today, so it doesn't really count, but that would be on a Friday. So we do have a phone line open to receive your calls.
Nico?
For the jackpots, we have to find out how many cards we sold for
What is your
the tonight's game. because we need to add those numbers into the values that I've given you for tonight, for those jackpots, to be an accurate total.
7, 6, 5, 8, 9, 4. And where did you buy your cards?
We do have one phone line open to receive your calls. Okay, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and that will wrap up tonight's bingo. Okay, so our winner on the Blackout Consolation
Bigger bingo.
was Lily McSimic,
Cards. You can get them here at the station.
and Connie Thorne, both of Neepawa. Lily purchased the winning card at Harris Pharmacy, and Connie purchased it at the station here. Okay, recapping for tonight, Bonanza Consolation won by Lorraine Demaray of Neepawa, purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Big X was won by Jim Pollock of Neepawa, purchasing cards at Kinsman Courts. The Blackout Consolation was won by Lily McSimic and Connie Thorne, both of Neepawa, purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy and here at the station, respectively. Congratulations to all our winners. Have a great night. Have a great week. See you next Wednesday.